functions indexes, right? Am I audible? First of all, hello. Oh, sorry. Am I audible? Yeah. Can anybody tell me what we discussed last class? Indexes, right? What are all the different types of indexes? B-tree index, bitmap index, and function-based index. Okay. Again, B-tree index is of two types. One is by unique binary index, non-unique index, right? If it's we are considering the unique index means it will also restrict the duplicate values. If it is a non-unique index means it will allow the duplicates. But data structure will be in the form of tree structure. Okay, based upon the values inserted in the tree. Okay, whenever it is done the re-indexing and all, automatically data will be adjusted at the both the sides. Okay, left and right nodes as a leaf nodes. So data sucking mechanism will be also it will if it is storing in the tree structure means easy to easy to avoid the unnecessary scanning and all, right? So instead of that full table scans it will go to the index scans and all if you are creating the indexes and all. Make sure you should not be having any functions or any null operations or anything you should not apply on the column whenever you are filtering the data. Then only index will apply. Otherwise, it won't apply the B-tree index or bitmap indexes. If you want to such type of indexes means you have to taken care the function based index before to how it will be calling with the which function we need to call frequently. On top of that, you can create the index. Okay. If you are creating the index means why internally what will happen? Internally it will create the table. There will be one index columns and one more is the along with row id and your complete row will be saved as a row offset value based upon the index value that particular offset value will pick whenever you are querying the data. That's what the index. So instead of querying the entire table full table scan it will go with the only index column. So your query will be working so fast compared to full table scan. Everybody is clear? Anybody have any doubts in the indexes? No, right? That is B-tree index. Bitmap index means just it will consider the zeros and ones whenever we are having the low coordinated values. So wherever we are having the ones, only it will pick while querying the data. That is the bitmap index. Okay. Normally low cardinality values like gender column or job number of designations. Okay. Wherever we are having the distinct values of the particular column, then you can use the bitmap index if you want to create the index on such type of columns. Okay, that is one thing. Next, function based already we discussed, right? If you want to frequently query the data with any of the functions means you have to specify the function, okay, along with your column, then only it will apply. Okay, this will be direct uppercase values of the ename will be stored as a index column and rest of the things will be offset value which is along with row id and your entire column data will be saved. That is the function based index. So everybody is clear, right? Okay. Next, logs. What is logs? Why we will use the logs? It's not that much important, but it is very specific to Oracle only. Maybe it is having in other databases like SQL Server and all. Wherever you are using the transactional things and all, will use the logs because multiple people will be using by the tables and databases. So if you want to get independence from their transactions, okay, if you want to do your operations from their transactions, okay, so what you can do, you can log the records or table, then you can perform the your actions. After that, you can do the whatever you want. Okay. Once it releases, it will be applicable to the all the users. So how you will release the logs and all? Simply by using the commit command. Okay. Row level command means row level lock means normally you have to use the for update class. Okay, for update you have to specify at the end of the statement. So if you are specifying the specific where condition, whatever exact filter values are there, those records will get locked. Okay, till that he is releasing the lock, other person cannot able to do the DML operations. Okay, if he queried also, it will be in the execution mode only. He cannot come out from the execution. if, if he wants to execute, if he wants to come out from the execution, he first user who locked the first, that person needs to release the lock with commit command. Okay, if second person don't want to wait, okay, then what he has to use, no wait he has to use. Okay, if you are using no wait means if the table is locked or particular records are locked already, so he won't wait anything, directly it will come out from the execution. Okay, if it is already released the lock, it will do the DML operations, otherwise it will come out from the execution. That's what the row level triggers and no wait. Okay. Next, table level locks. How you will lock the table? You will lock entire table actually. Other users can able to query the data, but they cannot do the DML operations. Entire table. Here only particular rows. Here entire table. If you want to allow, you can lock the table in two modes. That is shared mode and exclusive mode. If you are using the shared lock means what happen you can also able to lock, another person also able to lock. So if let's assume three or more persons lock the table means nobody cannot do the DML operations. What will happen finally? Your deadlock will occur. Okay, if you are not able to release the locks and all means that will be problem for other people will get affected with this locks and all. So normally people will use the exclusive lock. What will happen? Only one person can able to lock, other person cannot able to lock entire table. This and all entire table nobody will lock in real time. Mostly people will use the for update class for specific records only. Normally, if you are doing the DML operations, not in the insertion case, actually whenever you are doing the updation case, normally people will use the row level locks and all. But table level locks and all will use while doing the migration, or if you want to get the reports and all. Okay, so to get it is separate from whatever you are doing the current transactions and all means normally people will use the this shared locks and all. Shared locks or exclusive locks and all people will use. So what will happen? Your changes will not apply till you release the lock. Okay, other person changes. So whatever you expected previously, same thing will be comes in the reports. That's what the exclusive lock and shared locks. Anybody have any doubts in this one, guys? Everybody is clear, right? Shall I go to next topic? Okay. Next, we'll start very small topic, that is synonym. Okay, synonym nothing but it's a simply we can say alias name for the table. Okay, let's assume you are having some database object. Okay, let's assume your bank system is having there is some tables. Okay, if some unexpectedly he able to access the database. Rarely that things are not happen. If an unauthorized person is accessed by the table, if he knows the table means directly he can able to apply that one changes and all. Normally people what if they will do the such type of to avoid the such type of things, they will create one synonym and that will be given to the user. So what will happen, that table name will be hiding. Okay, you are using as a some different name. Okay, alias name you are using. Okay, but in, you know right, Shivashankar Varaprasad is a Chiranjeevi names. Why we are calling Chiranjeevi? In Aadhaar cards, whatever is there, right? So everything it will be the internal. Okay, that and all. Actually, we don't know what they are calling in the inside the his family and all. But outside people will call only Chiranjeevi. So what does mean? The name they will change and they will give to public is different from what they are calling inside. Okay, just it's that alias name. Just don't compare that one. Just I am telling, just for security purpose. Okay, they will create the some alias names and all. Okay, let's see. This you understood, right? See how we can create the synonyms and all. We'll see. Okay, this is if you want to work with synonyms and all means you should have some different users. Let's create the synonym in the Balu user. Okay, I am having EMP table. Okay, let's assume you are having the HR details with the same name. Okay, any other person also can able to access this table, right? Normally tables will be like this, EMP table only. Okay, in HR module. So if people is able to access means if something he got access or something he used on other person details and all means he can able to do the DML operations means increasing the salary or decreasing the salary or something he changed his whatever any changes he is applying means what happen that person will get impact, right? So normally what people will do for this one database administrator will create the alias name for this table and that will be given to the other users and to generate the people and all to generate the reports and all. Okay, whoever generating the reports and all that person is also developers only, correct, right? So they can able to do some DML operations and all. Of course there will be some restrictions with the access and all, but let's assume he got some access from third party or something. Okay, he tried to do some operations with the loopholes and all. Okay, so what happened, there will be chances to get impact with his transactions. So what they will do normally, only that specific alias name will be given to the reporting people. Those persons can able to do only DML operations. You can restrict that one. If you are giving the complete table means he can able to get the access, but for synonyms and all for restricting the granting privileges. Okay, privileges means it's the permissions. Okay, you can restrict easily. Okay, with the synonym and you are hiding the table names, object names. Okay, normally for generating the reports and all will create the views and that view name will be given to the reporting people. Okay, in the oracle means uh, if you want to table names means for that they will give the only synonym names, they won't directly give the table names and all. Why? Because it's a additional security to the your database objects. So how we can create the synonym and all? Create synonym name. Okay, I am having the table name is EMP. I am creating as a employee. Okay, as employee on this EMP. It's not alright for okay. Insufficient privileges. Okay, I don't have create permissions to the create the synonym and all. Let's do in the this user only. Okay, for EMB table. A synonym is created. I will give grants to the. Let's check here. Okay, I'm having the rights on this one. Let's switch dot. I am having the rights with EMP user. Let me create one more table. Create table. Table name is employee one. Employee underscore details. select star from EM. So I am creating the table as employee details. I am creating the synonyms for employee details. Okay, it's already there. You can create the employee underscore BET. Okay, you can go and check in the other databases if maybe its grants are there for the all the objects of this user. Okay, yeah, here for this table there is no rights. Okay, if he knows the this table name means directly, if he has the rights or if he can able to get the rights and all means he may be do the transactions and all. So what they will give, he's, let's assume, yeah, he is the reporting people, report generation people and all, means third party people. I want, so what I will do, instead of giving the grants and all, what I will do, I will give the grants on only particular this synonym only. What I will do, this is the synonym. Okay, for user borrow to. Delete and implied it to user is object. Table view does not exist. Okay, on synonym. If we have rights on this table, grant succeeded. Okay, you can able to, I am giving grants. If you are giving the table grants to user means you will get all the details, and one more usage will be there with synonym. Okay, let's assume table name will be very lengthy. If you want to use as a shortcut, how you can use, that will be difficult, right? So what you will do, simply you can create one synonym and you can try to use that one. And also on top of that, on top of your synonym only, you will get the grants to the other users and all. So what you can do, simply you can use the simple words instead of lengthy tables. Okay, in real time table names will be very lengthy. So sometimes in Oracle, if whoever using the Oracle and all means, what they will do, they will make some shortcuts for using the tables and all. Okay, so directly they will use the tables and that will act as a table or view. Okay, if it is a view, it will be view. It is a table, it will be table. Okay, no matter, just it is the alias name for that. Okay, that is also one of the use. Okay, this is okay, but your table is employee details. See, now you can check this one. You can able to access that one. What is the username? Bottom right. This I have created or not? Synonym. Insufficient. The attempt was perform the database without necessary privileges. Actually, here I don't have permissions to create the synonym and all, but normally people will give the grants everything on the synonym only. That will be given to the other users. Normally, you cannot use the like this. Okay, if you are having the same table name, same table objects and all, no need to use the schema name dot table name, schema name dot package name, schema name dot procedure name, like that. Instead of using like that, directly you can use the synonym. So you will get the result. Okay. Actually, I don't have grants to create that things. Let's see this one, employees. Let me give the grants to the this user. To user valid invalid user. Grant succeeded. Now go and check this one. Valid to user, right? Show user valid to user. Here is employee. Yeah, you can able to access with synonym name also for the table employee. Okay. Anybody have any doubts in this one? Just it's a alias name for the your original object. If you want to use that object outside of the database also, you can use by using at the date database link. Okay, let's assume this is the Oracle table. If you want to use along with some DB2 or SQL server, I want to use that one. So for that you have to mention at the date and database name. It is a SQL database. For this one you might be created some database name, so you have to use like that. Okay, so if you are created the synonyms, then only you can able to access the tables and all outside of the Oracle. Okay, this is also one of the use with the synonyms. There are two types of synonyms are there. By default it will be private synonym. Okay, one is public synonym and private synonym. Private means I told right one example, it's Chiranjeevi. In private in their home the name will be Shivashankar Varaprasad, but public how people he knows as a Chiranjeevi. Okay, like that people will create the two object names for the uh, tables or views, whatever it may be, wherever you want the more security and all. Okay, if he knows Shivashankar Varaprasad, and he you will be able to get the bank details or something. Okay, if you're querying or something, but outside people only knows Oracle. Sorry, only Chiranjeevi. Just for example telling, but everybody knows that one. His name and all. Just for your example, I'm telling. So normally people will create the for public one separate name. Yeah, for private, if they want, they will create the synonyms. Otherwise, not required. Private means only specific to single user. Anyway, he can able to access the with the table names and all. He don't want to disclose again and again table names and all means he will create the private synonyms for that. In real time people will create the, if you want to use the entire application, if you want to share the table names and all means, instead of sharing the table names and all, directly they will give the only public synonyms, so nobody can able to get the table details and all whatever the things we are having. Okay, mainly it is for the application users and whoever generating the reports and all. Okay, if you want to create means just you have to specify the keyword public synonym. Okay, actually they I don't have rights to create the public synonym and all, because it is a trial version. If it is a paid version means you will be able to create that one public synonym and all. Anybody have any doubts? Guys, say yes or no. Okay, and one more point here is you cannot you can drop the synonyms and all, but even though if you drop the table, still synonym will exist. Okay, let's drop one synonym and we'll see. This is synonym, right? Okay, let me drop the EMP table. Still your synonym will be existed, but it is invalid mode. Okay, Select star from employee, looping of change synonyms, right one query where it will be stored and all means DBA synonyms. DBA underscore synonyms where table underscore name equal to EMP. Okay. Let's see. Table synonym is still exist employee. Even though you drop the table, synonym will be existed. If you created once again means automatically that will be activated. Okay. Create table emp as select star from emp underscore index. I have done right. So let's see. Now you can see you can able to get the employee again, employee data. So earlier you are not having, now you can able to get that one. Okay. If you are dropping a synonym, then only it will drop. Otherwise, it will be existed, but it will be invalid mode. Okay. This is very small topic. Just you can remember, it is the one alias name mainly used for the security purpose. And one more thing, let's assume your table names and all very lengthy. If you want to make some shortcuts and all, people will use the synonyms. And there are two types of synonyms: public and private. Public will be used for the developers or application users and all. Private means that will be specific to specific individual user. Okay, that's it. Next, we'll start the new topic, nested table. Okay, what is nested table? What is nested? Nested means same thing will object inside the object. Okay, nested table means table inside the table. Okay, nested if means if inside the if. Okay, so if you want to replicate your structures inside, or it can be loop, or it can be control statements, or it can be objects, then we can say that things nested. Okay, so if you are creating the tables, nested tables means what? You are creating the one table inside the table. Let's assume I want to store all my account details at one place. Is it possible? All account details. Normally, your transactions will maintain separately. See, if we can store everything in at one place. Okay, name, account number, address detail, and transaction type, and whatever amount I am doing the deposit, whatever I am doing the minus operation, what is current balance, every home address and home branch address, everything I can maintain. But your details will be duplicated all the times. Your account number, account details, everything will be duplicated. Yes or no? So what will happen internally? You will occupy the more space for your account details. I don't want to space occupy more space. Say account details will be one time. Okay, account number, account name, and your address, whatever you are having the PAN number, everything only one time. I want daily transactions, whatever I am having, that should be do continuously in the same record. So how you can do? You can do with the nested table. Just I will tell you example how it will be. You can take one example object type. Okay, you are having, sorry, okay, account number, account name, next address, next your PAN number, whatever you want, and branch details. Okay, bank branch details, whatever you think. Okay, if and your transactions will be like this. Okay, today you have done some transactions. Okay, 6 date minus 10 days back I have done some transactions. That is credit. I'm depositing the amount and after that I want to I did some 10,000 deposit on that day. Next day I have done some withdrawal. Okay, 68 minus 9, and I have done some debit transactions. So if you want to maintain like that means you can do. But if you want to store this information, multiple records, what will happen? This will get repeat. So normally in real time, this will be maintained as a separate table. If you want to store everything one as a one table at one place means you can do that one with Oracle. That is with nested table. You have to maintain your transaction detail inside the separate table, and that will be used as a separate column. That is transaction. Okay, this will be separate transaction means you are using the your table as a one column, and here you can maintain the available balance, separate column. Available balance means what? Whatever you are doing the transactions, 10,000 minus today you have done some 2,000 debit, okay, on next day. So what will be the final amount you in the your account? It will be 9,000, 8,000. Okay, if you are doing once again you are done the debit transactions, what will happen? Again, it needs to change automatically. So how you can do this type of things means you can do with the nested table. Okay, everybody is clear what is nested table? This will store along with your uh, data permanently. Okay, it is not the temporary. These things if you want to maintain you can maintain, but banks and all it is normally you won't use this type of things. They will use the your bank details separately and account details separately and transactional details separately, available balance and current displaying purpose whatever you are getting, right, that will maintain separately. This will be automatically generated values. Okay, it will be calculated from your transactions, and it will it's a kind of select statement. Okay, they will create one view based upon your transaction things and all. They will display the things and all in real time normally. But how we can store permanently like this base? By using nested tables. Just for understanding purpose, not much important. But in PL SQL, we are having some collection types. Okay, associative array means PL SQL table and nested table, VRA like that. We are having the collections and all. So here it is one of the type that whatever we are having associative array, VRA, that and all virtual. Okay, only at the time of runtime only it will create and it will drop. But this is the permanent table. How it will behaves like normal table, same way it will behaves. Okay, just we'll see. If you are clear, I will go with the how we can create the tables and how we can do the perform the DML operations for this one that we can see. We can create the indexes also for the your transaction your nested table data. Okay, that also you can able to do. See how we can do that one. So to create the nested tables we have to follow some steps. Okay, first what you have to do, you have to create the one record type, what all the columns will be there in this table. Okay, so that you can create means here what are all the columns: transaction date, transaction type, transaction amount. This is the three columns I am creating inside the nested table. So first I have to create the that object type. Okay, once you define the object type, that we can say that keyword itself object only. Okay, that will be stored as a object in permanently. Then you have to create this one as a table type because it's a row type, right? If it is a single row means directly you can able to do that one instead of creating the transaction directly you can add the columns, but you are maintaining as a table. So that row type you have to convert as the table type. Okay, that how we can create that one, create type table type. Okay, type of table, that you have to define that one. Next after that you can create the actual table. Before creating the actual table you have to create the record type, and that you made as a table type. That will this entire table type use will be using as a what column in the actual table. Okay, that there is a syntax something, okay, that we can see. Okay, how we can do that things and all. First, what is the step? We have to create the record type. Let me create that one. How we can create that one? Create object. Okay, create type object. Actually, we have to use the keyword as a create type object. Okay, that is of record type, means that is of object type. Okay, create type as object. Here you have to define the records. What are all the records here? My example is what? Transaction, right? So here I will give the that value as a transactional detail. Okay, as object of columns transaction date, that is of type date, and transaction type, right? Transaction type of varchar 2, credit or debit. Okay, you can give 5 characters for that. Next, what will be the column? Transaction amount. Okay, transaction amount of type, that is number. Okay, I will create the type first. Okay, you have created the transactional details object type. So next, what you have to do? You have to convert this records type into table. If it is normal table, directly you can able to do with create table name, and under that you have to specify the column names and data types. But it is a nested table, directly you cannot do that one. First you have to create the object. What all the columns will be included in this one. After that, that object, that record type, you need to make as a table. Okay, how you can do that one is create type. Okay, this you can made as a table. Okay, table of transactional details. Okay, of table of your record type. So yes, table type is created. See here, you can see the errors if you are having any things and all. Okay, but it is created. Okay, what is the error? Actually, it is the off symbol. Okay, how the syntax will be? Simply you need to specify that one. No need to mention the bracket actually. If you got any errors, what you can use? Create or replace simply. So what will happen? Whatever definitions you are having for the table definition, okay, here you can use create type object. Only it is not there for the table. Okay, in Oracle. But views and all we are having create or replace keywords. Okay, that you can use create or replace if you want to change the definition. Actually, it is okay, is of table type. So what you can do? Drop type. First you can do that one. Okay. Now what we have to do? Once you create the table type, you have to create the actual table. What are all the columns will be there in the actual tables? Account number, account name, address, PAN, everything, right? Along with the your transaction details and available balance. Let's see. Just you can ignore the available balance. Actually, it is a virtual column that we'll see later. Available balance, you can ignore this one. How we can create the virtual columns and all, how we can get the values and all. let's see for the only these things. Okay, that too whenever you are using the transaction, this one, right, nested tables, that you can use as a last column. Okay, that also you can remember how we can do that one. Create table, that is account details of account number, that is of number type, and account name of varchar 2. Okay, next, what are the columns I need to address and path. Okay, ad or address, that is of varchar 2, and pan, right, pan is varchar 2. Next, branch details, varchar 2 of table. Now you have to use the column as transactional of type, transactional type. Okay, so here you have to use transaction is the column name, and I am using as a type is what here you are already defined that one. Okay, that is of tab transaction type. This you have to use this one. Just you can make sure this one how the definition will be there. Okay, these are all the, and earlier you are using the number varchar to date, these things and all. Now this is user defined type. You are creating the type, means you have defined that one. That's why you are saying user defined type. And also we need to follow some syntax. You need to specify which one will be the uh, nested table and all. Okay, so here you have to specify nested table of which one, this one. Transaction is the nested table. You can mention one transaction. Actually we are having the one keyword. Okay, store as, here you have to mention the this table type. Okay, name is already existed. Account details, which one? Table name. Okay, okay, this one you can actually store as this, you can mention as the, let me change this. This is comment table transaction details. Yes. Okay, actually this is the comment. Okay, whatever you are specifying, that you can able to access with, you can able to understand with what is the nested table definition. Here it is the transaction details table, like that you can understand that one. Okay, this is the way, this is the way to create the nested tables and all. This is completely syntax oriented. Nothing is there. Just you need to understand what is the type. This is of record type. So how you can create that one? Record type as the object. You have to specify the column names as how you are creating the table. Same way you can create, and you can store the value as the object. Okay, you store the object as a, the name itself object. Okay, next that you convert into that of type table. Okay, how you can convert that one? Create replace type using is table of. This is the keyword to make the object as a table type. Next you have to specify the nested table. Okay, you have to create the actual table. So here you have to specify the type of, what is the type of table type. and what is the column you are using as a nested table. For that, you can give some comments. Okay. Anybody have any doubts in this one, this topic as of now? Guys, okay, everybody is clear, right? So how you can insert the data and all means just you have to specify the each and for normal values whatever you are having same way you can specify that one. But if you are specifying if you are giving the values to the nested tables means you have to specify the table type and you have to specify the type record type. Okay, inside that one whatever we are having that you have to specify. Okay, let's copy the syntax and we'll change the values accordingly. My table is account details. Here, what are all the columns I am having? Account number. Uh, account number is just let's create 1001. Next, some name. Okay. Account name and address. I will give some Bangalore. Okay. Next, I will give some phone number ABC 123. Okay. And next, what is the type? My type is here. You have to use the your definition of the table type. Okay, this here you have to mention. And what is the record type? Here you have to mention the object name. Okay, object name is transaction details. Okay, then here you have to pass the your data whatever you want. Okay, what are all the columns here? Transactional date, right? It's date minus 10. Okay, and next will be transaction details. So I will make first I will create I will do with the credit transactions. I will deposit it some 10,000. So in this panel I can do the transaction things. Some 8, this is debit. Okay, you can insert the records in this way. Missing comma, where I am missing. Here I am using, okay, here I am not having any comma. Okay, I don't, sync comma again. Insert into account details values. Here I am having syntax error. Here we are having this one. Okay, correct only. Account number, account name, and address and PAN number. After that, okay, I am having one more column, branch column, right? So here I will put some mark only. DNC column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 4, 5. Next will be transactional details. Table transactional detail. Okay, that is correct only. Transactional details of this one. Here I had different three columns only. 35,000. Where I'm missing the comma here. Something I'm doing mistake. Okay, actual insertion statement will be like this only. Okay, here I have created the address table and the customer details along with the address and all. Okay, and whatever he purchased, for that I have given the values. Same thing only. Okay, here you are giving the, you are closing only one bracket. Actually, it's not missing comma. Your bracket is missing. Sorry. Okay, here you need to close this one, right? So that's why it not inserted earlier. It given error and all. Now it's fine. Okay. So in this manner, you have to insert the data. Very rarely these things and all will use, but you shouldn't be know this one. What is nested table and all? How you will do the updation for the nested table? Normal column updation means how you can do directly. You can apply the where customer ID equal to what. If you want any column means directly you can apply. But if you want to do the updation on your nested table means you have to specify separate case. Okay, you have to specify the, first we have to select the particular address. Okay, a particular column, a particular customer ID, then you have to specify the whatever you want updation and all. Okay, so how you can do that one means, okay, first you can select the particular record. Okay, let's insert the record, same thing for another one also, which is 1002 account ID, and I am creating some busy. Okay, so let it be whatever you want. Just I will add some amount. Okay, let me insert this record. Okay, I want to update this record. Okay, you cannot update multiple records. Multiple records means here you cannot do the transactions. For the inside the nested table, you cannot apply the multiple updations. You can do only for one account details at a time. Okay, how you can do? First, you have to select the particular account details. Okay, table of, here what, transactional details. Okay, so how you can see, this is completely syntax. Rarely will use, even I do. I never use these things and all. Okay, but for understanding purpose, I'm telling. Here you need to select the particular column type. Okay, transactional details. Here you have to specify the table name is account details. Okay, here you can give the account details and where your particular account ID, right? So account number equal to, you will be having in Google. Don't worry. Rarely these things will get. Okay, next you can update the columns whatever you want. Okay, update table of your, first you have to select the particular transaction details, and for this one here you can update the things. Okay, let's transactional amount. Okay, what is the column name here? Transactional amount. I want to change, instead of 1 lakh I want to make 10,000, where transaction amount equal to, okay, I will change this one as 1 lakh. So I am making 1000 as a 1 lakh. Okay, now go and do this one. Transactional details is identifier. You have to select the column as tab transactional details. Okay, you need to select the table type here. Your column name is what? Your column is transaction one actually. You need to specify that one. Okay, select. You need to select the column name. With that, you have to update the data. Okay, one row is updated. Now go and check the data in the your table. Select star from your table. Your table is account details. Now see this one. Okay, data will be saved like this. Okay, here under that transaction table, again one more table will be there. That is of type transactional tab transaction type. And here, if you double click, you can able to see that one. Okay, the values. Otherwise, you cannot able to see. Simply, it will show the columns as the object types. Okay. For that, you have to open that one. Are you clear, guys? Anybody have any doubts in this one? Rarely these things and all will use, but we can. What I am telling, we can do that things also. We can store the table inside the table as a one field. Okay, that is the main intention here. How we can do that one is, sometimes people will ask what are all the collections we can store permanently. Normally there are we are having the four types of collections in the oracle. Okay, ref cursors and all. Okay, ref cursors, associate index by table, and vra and nested table. Only this one will be the permanent store collection. Okay, this will be comes under SQL only because it's a permanent object in the oracle. Okay, this is the way to operate the data insertion, updation, everything. If you want to query all the columns at a time means without specifying that one means you cannot get that one. Okay, let's query all the things how we can do that one. So if you are querying directly means you will get the data like this. Okay, you will get the data of type and what are all the record types inside the table type. That will show. If you want to see that one means you have to open that one. Okay, I want this data separately as a how the here it is showing. Like that means here you have to specify the that star outside that one. Okay, whatever columns you are having, that you have to specify along with your column names. What are all the column names here? Okay, first you have to specify your table name, that is account details first. And you have to specify table of your column name, that is transaction, that is of C type. Okay, that you are considering as a U alias name. Here you can specify the column names or star you can specify. Here you have to specify the column individual column names, account number, and account name, address, whatever you want you can display here. Okay, now it will show the how normal columns will be there. Same way it will show that one. See, now you can able to see as like your table, but you are able to see this is the repeated things. Okay, if you want to restrict as a single time means you have to create the value as a table type. Okay, these things you have to specify table type and you can show only one time this one. This is the way to access. Directly you cannot access the data from the this table. Okay. So let me check this one. Transaction. You cannot single row subquery more than one row. What happening? Actually you are selecting more than one row that you want to show outside. Okay, this one and this one you are there are four records actually. Okay, for the 1001 two records, 1002 two records. So what you have to do, all the time, if you want to get the details all the times, okay, you have to filter specifically and you can show outside. Okay, where account number equal to 1001, like that you can show. Now you can able to see the particular account details. If you are not filtering the particular account, you cannot get the data. It will show the error because here actually you are selecting more than one row at a time. Okay, if you are fetching the two rows means it will becomes a two tables actually, so you cannot extract at a time two transactional details. Are you clear? Anybody have any doubts in this one? Okay. Even dropping also, first which one you have to drop? Directly you cannot drop the object. Okay. Let's try to drop this object. That is of record type. Drop type or drop object. See, you cannot able to drop that one because there is a dependence. First you have to drop the account table details. Then you have to drop the what happened? First we have to drop the original table. Next we have to drop the partition does not exist. It's already dropped. It is not drop type, it is the table. Okay. Drop table. Next, what is the object dependency? Next, there is the tab transactional details. Okay, this type you have to drop because you are referring this transactional details. Okay, in the table type definition. So first what you have to do, you have to drop this one. Next, okay, drop type. Okay, next now we can able to drop the object. Okay, you can use drop object, that is transactional details directly. Okay, drop not the type, you have to specify the type only, that is of object type. Okay, this is the way to drop the objects and things. Okay, anybody have any doubts in the nested table topic? Guys, what is nested table? What are all the things? How we can perform the DML operations on the nested table? Okay, even here deleting also you have to separately select the particular account details and you can do the delete operation. Otherwise, you cannot do the delete operations directly. Okay, try yourself. That is okay. Anybody have any doubts? Everybody is clear, right? Next, we'll go for the partition class. What is partition? What is partition? General meaning. Partition means it's a subset. Yeah, it's dividing into some smaller pieces. Okay, Actually, mine is this SQL developer is the trial versions, right? So it won't support the partitions and all. Let me show you in the Oracle Live account only. What happened? Okay. Why partitions will use in real time? Let me explain that one. See, let's assume I am having other details, UADI. Okay. So how the data will be stored now in real time? See, if all the account details, okay, all the other details will store at one place. What will happen? Whenever you are querying the data, if you want to see the data, you need to query all the tables, all the records. Even though if you have created the indexes, everything, still you need to scan the all the records. Of course there will be binaries. If you have created the index means it will go for the index scan methods and all, but still you have to look the complete till end of the position. Okay, there will be lot of nodes may added. Okay, there are 130 million, 130 crores of people we are having in India. I want to see the only Kerala, only Andhra people details. How we can see? So I need to means other number will be dynamically it will be created. Okay, it's runtime. It's not the sequential. Okay, all the members are all the family members numbers are not in the sequence. That will be random based upon some algorithm. Randomly the values will be generated. Okay, so if you want to store data some for separate table, separate state tables data separately, another state data separately, like that. If you want see, I want Andhra people data. What I have to do, again I need to query, select star from where that particular state equal to Andhra. So what will happen, it will go to entire table and it will scan the entire index column. So what will happen, it will take more time. Okay, so instead of doing like that, what Oracle given, you can store all the Andhra people data at one place, all the Kerala people data at one place, all the Telangana people data at one place. Like that, they given the option, we can store that one. It's a physically. Earlier, normally Oracle, what will have, how the data will be stored. Wait, this is nested table. Okay, if let's assume it is a memory in the your hard disk means, how the data will be stored in normal table means, this will be separate blocks. Actually each and every, there will be your Oracle allocation, Oracle for the Oracle allocated memory will be divided into some different blocks, that is data blocks. Okay, inside that there will be some files. Okay, for each and every block there will be some files, there will be number of files. Okay, like that each and every block there will be part, this data files will be there. Inside that maybe it is, this file belongs to same table or different table. Okay, each file there is some row IDs separately for each and everyone. Whenever you are querying the materialized view na, that time you can able, I shown that one, what is the row ID. Okay, even while showing this row ID topics and all, how the data will be stored. Inside the data blocks, there will be files. Under that files, there will be row IDs. Okay, maybe this row ID belongs to from this file or this file or this file. We don't know where your table data is distributed. Okay, sometimes here if the space uh, I found the space in this file. Okay, directly you can inject here. If you here you don't have any space, so you can inject the data here, but your table data will not sit in one place, that will be distributed in multiple places. Okay, this is the way Oracle is storing the data, but each and every row there will be row id. Whenever you are querying the data, based upon your metadata information, where and all you are storing the data, that block number and file number and row id, directly it will go to particular place and it will fetch. Let's assume you are storing the employee data, that is 14 records. Maybe first four records will sit here and next two records will be sit here, next one record here, next one record here, like that. There will be chance to store the data in different blocks and different files. Whenever you are querying the select star from emp, it will go and search first metadata, where and all I'm having the my records. Okay, that will be maintained by separately row ids, and row IDs will be separately maintained by the metadata. Directly it will check the where and all I am having the metadata, this row IDs. Directly it will go to particular block and particular file, and it will pick the ID address, row address, and it will fetch the, it will show to you. Okay, that is what happening inside the SQL execution. Okay, these are all the things will happen. But storage is will be distributed in different blocks, different files, and different rows. But in case of partitions, what will happen? Inside that only one block. Okay, it will be created. For your data, it will be created some partitions. Okay, if you are creating as a partition means you will be having your data at one place. Here it won't allow other records. If it is a normal table, it will, the data will be distributed. But if you are allowing, if you are creating as a partition means it will be created as a AP. Maybe here in this data block there will be number of things also. Okay, but here it won't allow to store other records. Okay, it will be created as a separate file and separate block, separate partition, this one. Okay, like that data will be stored. That is the inside mechanism of partition by partition class. Okay, for how the partition will do, based upon the some partition key, what is the column you need to take care. Okay, based upon the particular column values only, partition will be have a happen. Okay, that will, there are different types of partitions, are there are range partition, list partition, hash partition, that we can see next. But the how partition will work and how data will be stored only in this manner. Okay, are you understood the topic? How normal table will store the data, how partition will be stored the data. This will be applicable in Snowflake also. There will be, actually it is not the physical partition, that is the micro partitions. Okay, if you are doing any operations on micro partitions, only it will be applicable on particular micro partition. By default Snowflake will maintain the micro partitions, but Oracle will not maintain the any partition by default. That will be data blocks and data files. Inside that there will be row IDs. Okay, are you clear? Sometimes interviewer will ask how data will be stored in the Snowflake. What is the difference between Oracle or any database to RDBMS to Snowflake? How means internally this one. In this one also again we are having the files. That is sure. Okay. In this one also again we are having the files. If you are doing the particular operation, separate file means again it will do the override. It will take the new file. Okay, that and all will be there, but your data will be stored at one place. Anybody have any doubt in this one partition class? Okay, if you are doing the physically partition means what are all the advantages? By seeing this diagram itself you can come to know your data retrieving will be very fast, right? Instead of searching all the data blocks, you will be having only one data block and one inside the one or two files, because it is there in the separate partition. Okay, maybe if, let's assume here we don't have that much space to store the data, maybe this partition will be existed here only it will scan two data blocks, but not more than that. If this space is full, then only it will go to this one. Okay, otherwise it won't go to other data blocks and all. Okay, so data retrieving and everything will be very fast, and managing also very fast. Okay, that is the main advantage of partition tables. Okay, there are different types of partitions are there: range partitions, list partition, hash partition. Let's see what is the range partition, what is list partition, hash partition. Let's take range partition. What is the range partition? I want to store the data, whoever done the transactions from past 1 year. Okay. I want January month details. I want February month details. I want March details. So how I can define that one means by using range. So from 1st January to 31st Jan, okay, that I will create as a one partition. Next, mainly these range partitions will comes for the date values, and if you are using any random sequence numbers. Okay, let's assume your account numbers from 1 to some 100. Actually, in bank details, you won't store like that. Let's assume, okay, bank 1 to some thousand numbers, whatever I'm having, that will be stored in one place. Okay, like that, some range if you are defining, then you have to create the partition as a partition table type as a range partition. You have to specify the keywords. You have to specify the how many partitions you want at the time of table creation. Okay, that is completely syntax oriented. Okay, you have to specify the partition keys and everything. Here nothing is there to define the logically. You have to take the definition and you have to create that one. Okay, let me arrange this one. Okay, here I have taken the range partition as the salary date. Okay, I am taking the sales account, sales details. Okay, that is whoever doing the salesman ID and his name and how much he has done the transactions, and I am who when he done the transactions. Okay, I want to store the my sales details monthly. Okay, how I can define means I need to define all the columns. After that, you have to specify the partition column. Okay, partition of type, which partition you are doing. Okay, range partition on this partition date. Okay, salary date, sales date. Okay, I am specify that one. Here you have to specify your partitions. Okay, prior at the time of table creation only you have to specify that one. Okay, January details I will define as a it should be less than month January 2000, means January 1. Actually this is the month. Okay, I am giving the format as a month and date. Okay, means before February 1 whatever transactions I have done, that I am taking into January partition. Before March whatever I have done the transactions, that I am taking into February partition. Means this already there before January 1st, before February 1st whatever I have done, that is there in January, sorry, not January, February 1st to 28, or at the end of the month whatever I have done the transactions, that comes and sit in the February partition. Okay, if you are doing the DML operation, insertions, everything, if you are doing that one means that will be there. But you cannot insert the data more than that one. You should be defined at the time of insert. Okay, it should be having that partition. Okay, let's assume you are taking the April data here. I want to store May data means you cannot store the data because you are not defined the range partition here for the May month. Okay, let's see how this will be. Completely syntax oriented. Okay, this will be there in Hive side and all the databases maybe. Okay, if you are doing the migrations from, mostly this type of definitions will be you can see in the in your databases. Okay, so that's why it is very important for the Snowflake people and all. Okay, let me create one partition table. Table is created. Everybody is clear, right? What is range partition means? For limiting the values from one time to another time, or one number to another number. Okay, if you want to define like that means you have to specify the partitions and you have to create the separate partitions for each table. Okay, are you clear? Guys, are you clear or not? Okay, how you can insert the data means you have to normal insertion only. How you can do that one? Same thing only. Okay, just only table definition will get changed and you can do that one. See, you can define the January transactions means January month whatever you are having, that you can insert that one directly. Okay, three rows inserted. February, February you are having the partition, so you can definitely you are having that one. Next you can enter the April also, because you have defined the before fifth, less than, it is the keyword. Okay, means whatever you are having the values for the transaction date, that should be less than that particular date, that go and sit in the particular transactions. Next I will try to insert the values for the May month. It will throw the error. Okay, because you have not defined the partition for the table. Okay, inserted partition key does not map to any partition, so you cannot insert the values. Okay, this is the way to insert the records. Normal insertion only, there is no difference in that one. If you want to get the data, all the tables, all the partitions, normal. Directly you can select star from your table name. So you will get the all the table data. Okay, all the records you will get. I want only January month data. So how I can use? I have to specify the specific partition. Okay, here you have to specify the partition name. Okay, here you can see you will get the, that is partition is the keyword. You have to select this one. Okay, this is the way to see. We have given the migration projects Hive to Snowflake, right? You people, Snowflake, whoever wants to join the Snowflake. Okay, so there will be how you can select the particular partition data in Snow Hive side. So this is the way to select the particular partition details and all. Okay, next I want April data. Just simply you can do that one. You can get that with changing the partition name. That's it. You have entered only one record in the April, so that you can define that one. Normally, in real time, for the date columns only, people will use the range partitions. I want to store each day as a one snapshot. Okay, each month as a one snapshot, each week as a one snapshot. Okay, how we can define means just simply you will get the one partition data as a data files. Okay, HDFS locations data will be there in the form of files. That particular folder, whatever we are having the data, that will be come and sit in the it will query, and you can able to query with the particular partitions and all. Okay, are you clear? What is range partition? Guys, are you clear or not? Nothing is there. Just it is the completely syntax oriented things. Just here for that theory is how the data will be stored. That's it. If it is a range means based upon the less than values. Okay, if it is existed particular any of the partition, it will go and sit in the your particular partition. That's it. Okay, how you can drop the partition? There is an option. Okay, you can add the partitions and you can add the you can drop the partition, that and all. Okay, alter table name, you have to use the keyword called add partitions. I want to store the may details, means I need to create the may details. So here also you need to pass the that this is the keyword complete value should be less than particular date. Okay, that things I need to take care before June 1st. Whatever transactions comes, that will be added to the May transactions. See that one. Okay, you have created that table. Okay, I want to drop the partition means simply drop partition. Partition is the keyword. Okay, you can see partition maintains not be combined with other partitions. What happened? Okay. Let's insert the records for May transactions. One row is inserted. Now we can, okay, now you can take the value for the March transactions because it will be sit in the March transactions. Okay, sorry, May transactions. But how, why you are not able to delete the records from? Okay, if you are dropping the partition means definitely records will also will get dropped, but here we are not able to drop the partitions. What is the reason? Can anybody guess? I could not able to drop that partition. Actual syntax is same thing only. Alter table, table name, drop partition. You have to specify the particular partition. Partition maintains operate may not be combined with other operations. Okay. Let me add one more partition and I will try to drop. I will specify June. I don't have records in the June partition. I will try to drop the table. I will try to drop this partition. I can able to drop. Actually, this is the Oracle error. Okay, these people are not able to drop the table. This is the session oriented. Still, it is not stored in their databases permanently. It is everything we are working in buffer memory. Since it is a they are giving for free, right? So they won't store permanently. Actually, it is there in the buffer. That's why we could not able to drop. Actually, no issue. Normally, syntax will be this one. Okay, don't worry that one. Okay, this range partition, everybody is clear, right? Next, list partition. I told right just before starting this partition class, I have given the example. I want to store the all Andhra people data at one place, all Tamil Nadu people data store at one place. Like that, I want to store means these are all the list. Okay, I know number of states I am having, so I can define that one. I can store all south data at one place, or all east data at one place, all west data at one place, all north data one place, like that. Okay, so how we can define that one means, you know the list. Okay, there are less number of partition. Okay, less number of things will be there. Okay, here this one will if you are considering the range partition means what will happen, for each and every month you will be adding one partition and all, but this will be list. Okay, less number of list you are using means you have to create the list partitions. You have to specify the list values, what are all the list we are having. So how we can define that one means, this is the syntax. Okay, you have to create the normal how the table will be created, same thing. Okay, next here you are specifying the of type partition, which type, whether it is a range partition or list partition, that you have to specify. And next here you have to define the number of partitions. Okay, and what will be the allowed values here. Okay, see, I am creating the partitions as sales west, means west side states whatever we are having, that detail that details will comes under this west partition. Means west side I am doing the business in California and Hawaii. Okay, these two states details will comes under sales west partition. Okay, New York, Virginia, Florida, these states transactions I want to store as a separate partition. Okay, that list you have to specify. If you want to store AP Tamil Nadu and all means you have to specify AP Tamil Nadu, that whatever you want the state details. Okay, like that you have to define. Nothing is there, just it is the completely syntax. Okay, like this you have to define the list values. I want, other than these states I want to insert any, I want to insert means in normal range partition means if you are not defining any range values, so what will happen, you cannot insert the records. But list values you can give one default partition. If you, other than this list values, if you are entering the any state records, okay, then you have to create one separate partition for that, that is sales other, and that you can make as a default this one. Okay, this is the way to create the list partition. Okay, list partition table. Anybody have any doubts in this one? Guys, anybody have any doubts in the list partition? By seeing this name itself we can come to know you are creating the table based upon the particular state name. Okay, you are providing the list for that, what are all the states details you want to store the as a separate partition. Okay, that things you have to taken care in the given list. If you want you can add n number of states, that's no issue. But whatever you provided for the particular partition, that data will comes under this partition. Okay, insertion will be same thing. How you can insert the data for the normal table, same way you can insert the data. Okay, here this is not properly inserted. Okay, here Hawaii and Florida, this belongs to sales west Hawaii. Okay, these records will go and sit in the sales west partition. This Florida, here you are entering the records for the Florida, right? So it will go and sit in the sales east. But you are not define the Colorado. Okay. So here there is no value for that. So what will happen? It will go and sit in the sales others. Let's see how the data is stored. How we can query that one. Okay. Simply you can give the, just nothing is there in that. You have to specify the partition names. This you know right already, how you can select the complete data. If you want to select the particular partition means you have to specify the partition keyword and that particular state. Okay, west side. West means here what you stored Hawaii. Okay, Hawaii record is there in the sales west partition. Okay, next I want to see the Colorado, right? So this is not defined in your list. So go and check in the sales others, that will be having. Okay, sale other partition data will be stored separately. Okay, you can see the state is Colorado. Clear? You can change that. Yeah, this partition also, if you want to add a list partition and all means directly you can add. How you are adding this one? Okay, alter partition, alter table name, add partition, that is type. Okay, here same thing you can use. I want to add one more state here, I want to add. So how I can add? Simply add partition. Here values less than means what, which type of partition is it? It is range partition. So if it will take the definition from table definition. Okay, what is the type of the column? And here you have to specify the sales India. Okay, I want to store the India details as a separate partition, and you can add the partition as a sales India. And here what is the keyword you have to use to add the partition list partition? Hmm. Values we have to add. Okay. Here earlier we are having less than, right? Now you are have add is to add list. Okay, here you can use the keyword called some AP. I want to store AP details and some Tamil Nadu details. Okay, I want to add like that means you can add. Okay, if you are specifying only values keyword means what is that? It is the list partition. Okay, default partition exists. Okay, if here there is a one more restriction, if you are having the other default transaction means you can add the list partition. So for that what you have to do, you have to drop the table. Okay, you have to drop the partition. Okay, and you can add the whatever list you want. Okay, let me do that one also, because already you are defined as the other. Okay, whatever, if you want, if you are adding AP or Tamil Nadu, whatever you are adding the states, directly it will go and sit in the this partition. So for this one already you are defined the partition. So first you have to drop, and after that you can recreate that one. Okay, so this one, and next drop partition. Maybe this one also we could not able to drop. Why, anybody guess? Because it's a default, so you should be having one partition. Okay, we can do that one. Now I want to add a separate partition for AP India, so you can able to do that one. So now go and check this one. Now you can insert the values for AP that will be sit in the AP partition. Okay, AP partition means just I will change the AP. Okay, now sales India. Now go and check the sales India. You will be having the record. Okay, AP record is the separate partition. If you want to rename the partition means you can do that one. Okay, just sales west I want to change the name as this one means just simply rename partition. You have to specify the old partition name and new partition name. That things will be common again. Okay, there is no change in the alter comments and all. Whatever you are using the earlier, same thing you can use. If it is a column, if you want to rename the column means rename column old column name to new column name. If it is the index, you can change the you can give the object name as the index, and here you can change like that it will be there. Okay, that will be common how you are using earlier. Next next partition is hash partition. Okay, what is hash partition? I don't know the list, what are all the states I am having. I don't know when the transactions will happen. I don't want all the details, but my number of partitions should be 4. Okay, you should know the number of partitions, how many you want to do. Okay, if you know that one means you can go with the hash partition. What will happen if you are inserting the records dynamically? It will insert the data into the particular partitions, but your number of partitions will not increase more than 4. Okay, your entire business will be stored in the only 4 partitions. So how we can define that one means just there is a internal algorithm that is that will be defined by Oracle. Okay, based upon your partition by key column. Okay, you have to specify the partition type as a hash partition and this column. Okay, this value will be divided by 3, and based upon your remainder value, that data will be go and sit in the particular partition. But Oracle, we cannot see like that. There will be separate algorithm for that. Internally Oracle will maintain that one. Okay, simply you have to specify the number of partition and partition by key column. Okay, your number of partitions will be same, only 4 will be there. No matter how many records you are inserting, directly dynamically it will go and insert the any partition. Okay, that we cannot define. If you want to see that one means by using there is a partitions table, right? The dictionary, partition dictionary. From that you can get the partition name and you can select that data. This and all very rarely people will use, but we are having that option. I want to store in only four places instead of distributing the entire my Oracle space. I want to restrict my database. Okay, I want to restrict my data in four partitions. What will happen? Only that four partitions only it will check the data instead of querying entire it will entire your data blocks scanning. Okay, that will be easy, right? Here also there is a some performance instead of doing scanning all the data blocks. Okay, that is the hash partition. How we can do that one means, let's see that one. In Hive means how data will be stored based upon your, okay, here it won't work. Based upon your hash value that will be defined. How the hash value will define means sales ID, how many number of partitions we are having. Okay, there will be here you are creating the four partitions, right? So let's assume sales ID is 1001. Okay, if you are doing the 1001 by 4 means what will happen? You will get the remainder as 1. So there will be some remainder values 0, 1, 2, 3. Like that it will define and it will go and what is the remainder value for the particular ID, it will go and sit in the particular partition. But Oracle it's not like that. There is a separate algorithm that we cannot guess, but the data will be stored in the form of partitions only. Let's see how the data will be stored, how we can query. Okay, that you have to specify the type. Partition type has a hash, and you have to specify the column. Okay, data insertion also like this only. There is no difference in that one. Okay. Okay. There is no range here, there is no list here. Just simply I'm blindly I'm inserting the data, but the data will be saved in the different partitions. If you want to check, you can check the dictionary. Okay, there is a data dictionary called user tab partitions. Here you have to specify the keyword specify your table name. Okay, you can see the number of partitions, four partitions will be created. Okay, how the data will be saved. If you want to get the data for particular partition means you have to specify the specific partition. Okay, here what is the partition name? I want to check here. Okay, how many number of records are there in this one? Here I guess that number of records, but actually it's the equally it will be distributed. Okay, go and check this partition. This will be maybe having data. Yeah, this partition there is no data. We don't know which partition data will be saved. Okay, that is completely internally it belongs to Oracle. Okay, so further if you want to check particular partition data, you have to query the data dictionary and you can see that. See here it's it only one record. Okay, in the second third partition. Okay, next go and check first partition. What is this one? This is the partition. You can give that partition name. Now you can see here it is also have it is having two records. Means first record first partition will not be having that one. Okay, we don't know where it is storing internally, but it restricted to only four partitions. Okay, are you clear? Partition class. Anybody have any doubts in the partitions? three types of partition. One is hash partition, list partition, and range partition. Okay, you can define the indexes for again in the range. Okay, I want to internally it will create the, by default it will create the one index for that. Okay, that and all internal to Oracle. If you want to create the index separately, you can create that one. Okay, there is a syntax, you can check in the Google. You can create the indexes separately for the, again that each partition if you want to create on separate columns. Okay, that you can do that one. Okay, anybody have any doubts in today's class? Partitions, synonyms, and one more topic what I have covered, nested table. Anybody have any doubts in these three topics? Guys, everybody is clear, right? Especially Hive, you are doing the migration from Hive to Snowflake, right? So you should be clear about partitions and all. Okay, as of now we have covered all the topics, I guess. Only we are having the clusters and DCL comments, right? Rest all topics we have covered: partition, nested table, indexes, logs, synonyms, integrity constraints, pseudo columns. So we have covered all the topics. Okay, only topics left: clusters and DCL comments. Today we'll complete. Monday onwards we'll start the Snowflake. Okay, guys, yes or no?